Hi everyone, Sonia here, and you're watching Pouring with Sonia. And I did a negative space swipe and posted it. Had a gray background and blues, blacks, and purples. And I had someone ask me how I did that. And I usually record things, but, or at least I'm trying to now record more things, but I was just experimenting. So I didn't record it. So I said I would do one. And I'll even do it with the same colors. And so what I have, I'll show the process that I went through. But there's no, like, I'm not good at negative space swipes. I'm just trying to get comfortable with them because I don't want to just do a little S and then spin it out. I don't know. I try and make, I don't know. I just don't seem to be happy with that. Although I love the ones that people do like that, but I just don't seem to be content. So I try and push the envelope. So, and then I usually end up ruining it, right? You go too far. All right, so the color that I have for my pillow is the Sherwin Williams Color-to-go. This is called Gibraltar. So it's like a really deep, rich gray. So I'm going to put this down. So the idea behind this technique is just put a little bit of colors around and then leave some space. And I was using this gray because Sherwin Williams is having a shortage of the white. They've been out for weeks now. I don't know when they'll have it back. So I'm trying to use up some of my other colors. And then I got some sample quarts, like some mist tints from them and from Sherwin Williams. This is the Emerald brand. And it's called light cream. So I just thought what I would do is just kind of drizzle a little here and there. And then that's it. Just a little bit for maybe some interest as I'm spinning it out. Or I ended up like covering over a lot of it because I had some really thick stuff before. And I didn't want huge, big, like thick as my thumb. And I didn't want that. So that's honestly why some of my swipe. I'll show you the one I was talking about. Here's the one that I did. It's basically dry. There's still a little bit wet in the center, but for the most part, it's dry. And this was actually poured over. I mean, I was just experimenting. So I poured it directly over another pour that I didn't like, which they don't always dry nice when you do that. They'll crack or peel up or whatever. But see, I had the cream around, and there was a really thick one here. So I ended up like just swiping some other colors over it. And then once I did that, I didn't feel like I could leave the little ones. So it just kind of got away from me, but I kind of like how it turned out. So I'm going to use the same colors in this one, and we'll just see what happens. All right, so I've got my pillow down. The first color that I put down is just a black. So this is the Shelly Art pouring medium. And everybody has different pouring mediums. So I'm just going to put a little bit down here. And that's it. And then I have this little piggy called Constellation. It's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blue violet. Oh, I just love it. And it's got tons of shimmer in it. And so I put that right on top of the black. Right along here. I might put a little bit more right here in the middle because I like it so much. But the whole thing with the negative space swipes is you can't put too much paint. And so you really have to fight the urge to put more and more paint down. So like I probably didn't need that. And then I just have a Payne's Gray. This is a really cheap brand. Creative Inspirations. It's like just a student grade paint. But I just love the color. It's not as deep as a lot of the other like fancier schmancier Payne's Grays, but I like this one. So I'm just going to put down. Now, there's actually 3 ways to do these kind of swipes like this. You can lay it down like this, and you can or whatever pattern. You can put it in an S pattern. You can put it whatever you want. Put a little bit more of this in the middle too. And and then swipe your tool across it, or you can load your tool up and swipe it all at once, or you can make a puddle and swipe off. So maybe I'll do a series of 3 videos, and because I'm not very good at these, so I might just play around. I have 2 cell activators. I have some black, which is the Australian brand Floetrol, mixed with my paint, and then I have aqua, and that's what I swiped with. So what I'm going to do, I just have this little plastic sheet, and I'm going to lay these down on the plastic sheet, dip my tool in it, and then swipe across, and you'll just see how that goes. So this is not loading up my tool, this is just dipping and swiping. Shoot, let me do this here. Have my little swipe underneath my table, and then I picked it up. All right. The tools that I'm going to be swiping with for this one are just 2 different size little palette knives, both kind of the diamond shape, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm going to lay down some of the black on my little piece of plastic sheeting. And then I'm going to lay down some of my aqua on my little plastic sheeting. And we're going to dip, and we're going to have some fun. So I'm going to start out with my biggest one first. And I'm going to dip it in the black. So you can see I just dipped it in the black. And I'm going to just get a little bit of the blue too. And I'm just going to kind of start in the middle and kind of zigzag along out here, okay? And I just want to kind of get it gliding on top of my paint colors. Okay, and now I need to wipe that off, and I don't have my paper towel ready. But you never want to just go right back in, because now I've got all kinds of the gray on there, and that pillow paint will break your paints up, and so you really don't want that. You got to really wipe it off good. And I'm going to load it back up. Same kind of, I'm going to do a little bit of black. Then I'm going to do a little bit of the blue. And I'm going to come and go back this way now. So there's your basic swipe. Okay, and so now I can see the, you know, you don't really see that black underneath because I have the black cell activator, but it's there. And you can see this purple and the blue that I've got in there. So now I'm going to grab my little bit smaller tool right here and just do the same thing. A little bit of black, a little bit of blue, a little more black. And now I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, play around along the outsides, look at this and just kind of think, where do I want to try and break it out, have it go out. So I think right here where these 2 went, I'm going to try and just kind of create a little actual division between them. And I'm going to do that again with some black and blue. And maybe, I actually kind of like this lighter area, but I don't like how that kind of went off here. So I'm going to kind of come along the outside of this, like so. This is really just whatever trips your trigger. And then I think I'm going to do a little along here. And this is typically what I'm really not good at. I'm going to come up this way. I don't want to cover over that purple. And now I'm going to take my little guy here and just kind of drag it out, because I've got that white and I just want to kind of break that little cream up there. And that white is pretty abrupt right there, so I'm just going to kind of... And I think that's all I'm going to do for right now. And so let's see what happens. What I do think I want to do is kind of pull some of this out towards the edges, because I need this to glide easily, right? I don't want it to get onto that canvas. I think it glides easier on like a tile than this gesso, where it can kind of get caught on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like hesitate a little. So I'm just gonna wet it with some of this pillow paint, because there's lots of that pillow paint. There's plenty of that pillow paint. It's a little thick. So I'm just getting this a little bit wet, and now let's see what happens. Kind of an easy spin at first. See that easy spin? It already slung right off the end there, right towards the tops. But I'm going to have to spin more. I didn't really want to lose that fun little top, but I'm going to have to, because I've got to get some of this paint off. So let me just look at it now. All right, let's get a little more excited with the spin, because I don't want to be disappointed. Just get it off. Get it off. I lost my little curly tops. Okay, and honestly, I feel like I want to leave it right there. I don't think I want to do too much more. There's still quite a bit of paint on it. I don't think I want to spread it out too much more. I like my little bit of white coming in, interrupting some of this negative space. So I'm definitely going to have to cover this while it dries, so that, you know, in hopes that it won't crack. But that's how I did my negative space swipe. Those are the colors that I used. And because I had such thick white cream spaces before, I actually came in with a little bit of white cell activator and brought it in. Like at this point, after I was done tilting, I came in and played around some more, or spinning, I should say. But I'm going to leave this as is, and then we'll see how she dries. I'll cover it. I'm going to just right away wipe the bottom so it doesn't keep pulling along the bottoms. And there we have it. That's exactly how I did my negative swipe. Well, not exactly, but that's how I did the last one. And so now I think I'm going to do one where I load up my tool and play around with it, and I'm going to try some different colors. And then I think I'll try one where I put down a puddle in the middle and then swipe out different colors that way. So if you're interested in seeing me experiment, I will be sure to record those. And, oh, let me bring you down for a close-up. It always looks better up close, right? It does, hopefully. I do feel like there's quite a bit of paint on this still, so let me just bring you down. So here she is up close, but I really like how, I don't know, it just kind of fades away here. And I like my little white lines. I do. And my last one, I had a big cream part, and it created some nice, a brighter background for my blue in the middle, and I kind of liked that. I didn't really get much of that this time. I got a little bit under here, but. So this is how it ended up. That constellation purple is just fantastic. You can, like, it's hard to usually see shimmer, you know, while you're recording, but you can even get a sense for this fantastic shimmer here. That's the only one that has shimmer in it. The Payne's Gray does not have any shimmer in it, and that's the kind of blue color, and the black doesn't have any shimmer in it, and neither of the cell activators do. So there it is. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching this, and if so, please give me a thumbs up, And if you want to see, the next two videos that I do will be just different negative space swipes, because I'm just learning these. I haven't done any in so long because I felt a little bit defeated by them. So I'm gonna do quite a few in a row now and try and get my head back in the game. So I hope you've had fun watching this, and we'll watch my next ones and we'll see which techniques and colors we like the best. Okay? And until then, have fun painting, everyone. Bye.